Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece. One Piece! One Piece, episode 652 review. Now, the episode link is going to be where? In the box below on OnePieceOfficial.com. Now, this episode, very simple. The main bits are Law finally getting captured, in Fujitora, Gravity, like, you ain't going anywhere, son. You ain't going nowhere. And Flamingo has taken back Caesar Clown's heart, as well as what's going on in Block D, and seeing Rebecca fight for the first time. Like a genuine, actual battle. Like, not Luffy spanking her while eating a bento. No, like her actually going in. And how she doesn't hurt anyone when she's fighting. And what she does is pretty much use their own power or use their own force against them to win. And then there's also the meeting up with Usopp and Robin and the Tontada with the other group of Tontada with Frankie and the Toy Soldier. And then that's like the main parts right there. There's a small part where we see Zoro, and Zoro actually meets up with Kinemon and Sanji. And we have Violet, she comes in out of the corner, like Blackfoot. Like a friend of mine, or a colleague of mine, Jola, she's attacking your shit. So, obviously right now, when it comes to that party, the main issue here is Jola, who's attacking Nami, Brook, and Momonosuke, and Chopper as well. So, first of all, I don't want, because I'm pretty sure that ever since ever since Rebecca, there we go. Ever since, because, let's be honest here, right? I'm deviating, but a lot of Oda's characters, when it comes to females, they have the same foundation. They really do. There's hardly any difference between Robin, Rebecca, Nami, Tashigi. They have the same foundation. Bo Hancock, the same thing. But, getting back on topic, Rebecca, her fighting style is, okay, like I said before, I'm going to use your power against you, I'm going to trip you up, and I'm going to knock you out of the ring. I'm not going to stab you, I'm not going to slash you, I'm going to simply knock you out of the ring. That's my way of fighting. And then we see how it ties into what her mom said about not hurting others, and how the Toy Soldier taught her this style of fighting, specifically not to hurt people. Now, the thing here is this. That's not New World worthy. Because I'm pretty sure this goes for the anime cats as well. Where for the anime only watchers, I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing that people want, or people are making the assumption, or they're throwing out the whole join the crew theory. Like, oh, well, Rebecca, she's going to join the crew because Luffy likes her. I don't want Rebecca to join the crew. She's the last female I want to join the crew. For me, it was Monet, but we found out that Monet, evil as fuck. Like, well, I mean, like, she was too evil. Right? She was one of Flamingo's comrades. A Nakama Flamingo. So obviously not join the Shrek crew. But to me, even though her fighting style is appropriate for her current circumstance, and she's not giving the crowd what they want, blood, gore, death, and heads rolling and that kind of stuff, no. She's fighting her own way, and clearly the crowd, they get really pissed. Not only are they pissed at her because of her bloodline, and her grandfather, obviously, but also they're pissed at her because of her fighting style. So clearly she's, like, detested on all levels. And the fact that she's actually very successful when it comes to battling in the arena. However, when you look outside of the New World, if in fact the New World is as crazy as Oda makes it to be, because so far, well, Fishman Island is not a New World island, obviously, And then Punk Hazard was pretty crazy, but it was an unregistered island, and it was crazy mainly because Aokiji and Akainu have their battle there. That's the main reason why it's crazy. And even still, it's not over the top like you would expect the New World to be. The New World is supposed to make the Grand Line look like paradise. And if that's the case, not being able to hurt people when you're fighting is nowhere even close to being worthy for the New World based on hype alone. So far, Dressrosa is pretty intense because of the guys there. It's not like the island itself has any crazy circumstance going on. Like, it's not raining down lightning bolts or invisible pathways. No. Not insane creatures there. No. The only reason why Dressrosa is crazy is because the people who are on the island, such as Flamingo and his boys and the executives and the dark history and the Tontada themselves being enslaved formerly and that kind of stuff. That's why it's crazy so far. And Fujitora just hit. So it's the people that make it crazy, not the environment itself. When the environment itself comes at you, Rebecca, I don't think can handle. That's my thoughts right there. So Rebecca for next Straw Hat, no. Just no. She's not worth it. She's not worthy of the cause of being the very best. I want to be the very best pirate king of all time. So that's number one right there. Number two, Law finally caught. He had a good run. I mean, he had a good run, but it looks like Fujitora, like, yeah, pin it out. Gravity, you ain't going anywhere. And basically, it looks like Flamingo's going to talk to Law about what's going on between him, or he's going to talk, I think, about him and the whole Tenryubito thing. Who knows? That's the way it seems. But he says it is complicated, quote unquote. So, yeah, like, you kind of have to wonder why. Because we've seen the Celestial Dragons so far, and they're dicks. Like, they're scumbags of the goddamn world. Like, you hate them. Like, you want to take these dudes, and you want to take them to the back alley, and you just want to just give them the 1-2. You want to work these guys hard. Like, yo. Like, nah, like, fuck your shit. Like, back alley shit. But Flamingo, even though he's a dick, he's clearly above the norm when you compare the other Tenryubito. I mean, all of them basically chill in the Holy Land. Mary Joe's. But he has his own kingdom, and he's very powerful. We have yet to see an actual powerful, from a combat standpoint, a powerful Tenryubito. But Flamingo is substantially powerful. So his ambition, clearly, because his ambition is to become Pirate King, which is actually, like, you would think about that. Like, why would a Celestial Dragon, who has so much power, to where they can even call in admirals if they so choose, like, on a whim, if they want to, why do these guys, or what would cause a Tenryubito to have the ambition of becoming Pirate King? Like, how does that roll? So, Flamingo's history clearly is deep, and we haven't even gotten to the real meat of it, obviously. We know a few things here and there, like sprinkles. Right now, we're eating the sprinkles. We're not even touching the ice cream yet, let alone the cone. So, we need to actually start diving in. And maybe we'll find out more later on. And the last part, very simple. They're now meeting, and now they're going to have their final preparations to take on Flamingo. The Tontada, and Usopp, and Robin, and Frankie. And Usopp trying to find a way out, trying to find a scapegoat when they're in the midst of planning. So, even though Usopp has grown up, and he was in that island where the island itself could eat you, apparently not enough. Chilling with Hercules, apparently not enough. Not enough. So, or Heracles, whatever his fucking name was, man. This dude had Usopp training for damn days, for 2 years. an archipelago that could eat you. Came back muscular. I'm not the same I used to be. And yet here he is. I'm going to find a way, in the midst of this plan, I'm going to find a way to bail. Nice, Usopp. Nice. Yeah. Nice character growth. I mean, Usopp, as a character, he's the best among the Straw Hats when it comes from a character development standpoint. I can say that with some confidence. But at the same time, it's like his character, it's frustrating sometimes. Because we as viewers, as readers, can see the development of Usopp. But apparently he himself can't. And it's like, dude, like, wait, what the fuck? Like, maybe if he actually goes to Elbaf, maybe then he'll make substantial, sustainable courage gain and character growth that he himself will actually be aware of. Maybe then. But until that point in time, he's the same Usopp, but he has these. You know what? Let me put it like this. Post time skip Usopp has more. Let's call them courage burst, courage fluctuations than pre-time skip Usopp. So post time skip, even though he's still like a bitch most of the time, there are now less times where he's a bitch, where he'll man up and he'll do, you know, something cool, something courageous, take the bull by the horns, than pre-time skip Usopp. Let's put it like that. So overall, the animation was okay. There were some parts where it was subpar, like for example, her walking down the runway into the Coliseum, and you have Cavendish coming out there on the mic. Like, the way he came out, it was subpar animation, but there were some parts that were fairly decent. Like, when you see her actually fighting those guys, she was doing her thing, Rebecca. So, overall, the animation was okay. The pacing was, as usual, slow, but that's the way it is. When it comes to story progression, so they've wrapped up, well, at least it looks like they've wrapped up Fujitora and Flamingo against Law, because Law's now pinned down by the tractor beams of Fujitora. And Block D's commencing, as well as Usopp and Robin finally getting to the area underneath the flower field, meeting up with the Toy Soldier and Frankie, as well as a now genuine focus on Zoro's and Sanji's part to help Nami against Jola. Nami and that group right there. So overall, the episode, I'm gonna give it a rating of an OK plus, and I'll leave it at that. So King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day.